Most people assume brain fog comes from lack of sleep or stress alone, but psychology tells a very different story. What if the reason some minds wake up clear, sharp, and focused isn't about sleeping longer, but about how the brain is quietly trained before sleep even begins? Most people never notice it happening, yet it explains why mental clarity can appear overnight, without effort, without hacks, and without forcing productivity. Psychology and neuroscience reveal that certain mental behaviors, often unnoticed, allow some people to clear brain fog almost overnight. These aren't tricks, they're patterns, and once they're understood, everything about mental clarity starts to make sense. The final insight explains why intelligence plays a hidden role most people never suspect. The first pattern is mental closure before sleep. Some people naturally close mental loops before bed. They briefly reflect, organize, or write down unresolved thoughts instead of carrying them into sleep. Psychology reveals this reduces cognitive load. Unfinished mental tasks activate something known as the Zeigarnik effect, which keeps the brain semi-alert at night. When thoughts are externalized, the prefrontal cortex relaxes, allowing deeper restorative sleep cycles to begin. If this habit feels natural, it actually signals strong executive function. Intelligent minds instinctively reduce mental clutter to protect cognitive energy. Writing a short list for tomorrow may feel insignificant, but it quietly tells the brain that nothing urgent is being forgotten. But mental closure is only the surface. The next pattern goes deeper into how smart minds handle stimulation. Some people allow boredom before sleep instead of constant entertainment. Rather than scrolling endlessly, they let the mind slow down. Neuroscience shows that overstimulation floods the brain with dopamine, delaying melatonin release. Quiet moments activate the default mode network, which helps consolidate memory and clear neural noise. If silence before bed feels comforting rather than uncomfortable, it reflects high cognitive tolerance. Smart minds don't fear understimulation. They use it. Sitting quietly with dim lighting may look unproductive, yet it signals safety to the nervous system and prepares the brain for clarity. And this connects directly to how intelligent brains process emotion overnight. Some people don't replay emotional moments repeatedly before sleeping. Studies indicate that emotional rumination activates the amygdala, which interferes with memory pruning during sleep. When emotions are acknowledged without being mentally relived, the hippocampus can organize memories efficiently. If emotions fade rather than echo at night, it shows high emotional intelligence, not emotional detachment. Recognizing frustration without replaying it again and again protects mental clarity the next day. This emotional efficiency sets the stage for another important pattern. Smart minds tend to repeat the same low-effort mental routine before sleep. Behavioral psychology shows that consistency creates neural predictability. The brain learns when to shut down analytical processing, conserving glucose for repair and restoration. If routines feel grounding instead of restrictive, it reflects cognitive self-awareness. The mind recognizes when stimulation should end. Reading the same genre nightly or performing a familiar quiet ritual trains faster mental disengagement. But here's where intelligence truly separates itself from habit alone. Some people don't mentally perform or prove themselves after the day ends. Research shows that identity-based stress keeps the brain in threat mode. When self-worth isn't actively defended at night, cortisol levels drop, allowing deeper neural detoxification. If self-evaluation fades in the evening, it signals a secure self-concept, a trait strongly associated with higher intelligence. Not replaying conversations or measuring success before sleep protects mental clarity more than most people realize. Now comes a counterintuitive insight most people miss entirely. Smart minds often leave problems alone overnight. Neuroscience reveals that the brain solves complex problems during sleep through memory recombination. Overthinking blocks this process. If letting go feels natural, it reflects cognitive confidence. Intelligent minds trust subconscious intelligence. Waking up with clarity on a problem isn't luck. It's delayed neural computation doing its work. That trust leads directly to one of the strongest predictors of mental clarity. Some people prioritize sleep depth over sleep length. Studies show slow-wave sleep clears metabolic waste like beta-amyloid. Brain fog often results from shallow sleep, not short sleep. If waking refreshed matters more than tracking hours, it shows advanced body-brain attunement. 7 deep hours can outperform 9 restless ones every time. And finally, the most surprising factor behind overnight mental clarity. Smart minds protect mental energy as a resource. Psychology indicates that intelligence correlates with delayed gratification and long-term cognitive preservation. Mental rest is treated as maintenance, not laziness. If mental exhaustion is respected rather than ignored, it reflects strategic thinking, not weakness. Choosing rest over stimulation feels intuitive to minds built for endurance. Brain fog isn't always a flaw, it's often feedback. Psychology shows that mental clarity comes from how the brain is treated when no one is watching. These behaviors aren't accidents. They're signs of cognitive maturity, emotional intelligence, and quiet mental strength. If these patterns feel familiar, it means the mind already understands how to reset itself, and that understanding is rare. If this added clarity, subscribe for weekly psychology insights that reveal how intelligence, behavior, and self-awareness truly work together. The next insight explores why some minds think clearer in silence than others ever do in noise.